for never guiltless may I speak of him. The incomprehensible, he is called by thy name, little black thing among the snow. The very image of life expressed in its eternal truth, whose frown, and wrinkled lip, and sneer of cold command, of ample power to chasten and subdue, have I not reason to lament? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. What man is made of man? We are called by his name. Our meddling intellect is lonely as a cloud, misshapes the beauteous forms of things. What man is made of man? We are called by his name. Continuous as the stars that shine, stretched in a never-ending line, we have given our hearts away. What man is made of man? We are called by his name. No need of motion or of strength, irritable reaching after fact. What men or gods are these? We murder to dissect. How could I but rejoice? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. Little black thing amongst the snow, dost thou know who made thee? The sooty chimney boy with dingy face and tattered covering, the clothes of death, choked with soot, shrilly bawls his trade. We could not speak, choked with soot, bound by the adamantine of destiny to sing the notes of woe. If he be a good boy, he'd have God for his father, never want joy. The child is the father of man, so be it when I shall grow old. Choked with soot, we could neither laugh nor wail. Have I not reason to lament? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who make the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. O my dear girls, dost thou know who made thee? Created to be the toy of man, love in their bosoms to raise emotion, to gratify his sensual appetites. As if she had no purpose for you? Like the brutes, they were principally created but for the use of man. As if you were her firstborn birth, and none had lived before you? He will let them patiently bite the bridle. It is now past the days of romance. Hast thou created such a being as woman? How could I but rejoice? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. The horrors of slavery, dost thou know who made thee? He is called by thy name, we are called by his name. You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey. That angel pureness which admits to no stain, the Lord hath not put it in the hearts of neighbors to be kind. That still, sad music of humanity, bound by the adamantine of destiny, it moves us not. Wounds were never healed, our bodies feel, wherever they be. Against or with our will, have I not reason to lament? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. Oft, of one wide expanse had I been told, wished for the good, that I might go to heaven, where youth grows pale and spectre thin, and dies. He thought that it would be so sweet thus to lie in the grave, no need of motion, or of strength, or even the breathing air, through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea, to hear the peaceful sounds of the earth, and just to know that our dear friends were near, interesting groups of human creatures, the young frisking and dancing in the sun, the elder quietly drinking in the life and soul of the sun and air, then reached the caverns, measureless to man, and sank into tumult to a lifeless ocean. After a flood of tears, my heart was easier. Then I felt like some watcher of the skies. He hides his mercy from our feeble eyes. Never I saw, I never felt, a calm so deep, I'd cast off all feeling, subdued all anguish. How could I but rejoice? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe, did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. A heart whose love is innocent, dost thou know who made thee? The undying thought corrupt the heart, the undying thought which paineth, the undying thought which could twist the sinews of thy heart, the undying heart thought that we may no more meet uncertainties, mysteries, doubts. On what foundation rests the throne of God? Evil thenceforth became my good, the slave of vice of passions. Listen not to the voice of love, ancestral voices prophesying war. She shrieked, listen not to the voice of love. I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. She shrieked, listen not to the voice of love. Make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend. She shrieked, listen not to the voice of love. The voice of love, soft melting tones thy thundering cannons roar. Blushes and fears they magazine of war. You show your little light. The stars threw down their spears and watered the heaven with their tears. Listen not to the voice of love. In nature's school, by her soft maxims taught, separate rights are lost in mutual love. Now you are mine forever, fainted into the arms of her betrayer. Have I not reason to lament? With throats unslaked, with black lips baked, crying weep, weep, in notes of woe. Did he who made the lamb make thee? Great God, thou mayst command, but never canst be free. Slave of vice of passions, for a while my labors were not solitary. That time is gone. Their dearest reward is also lost to me, and all its best of dark and bright. Remember that I am thy creature, brought up by a bad father on a bad path. I had done a hellish thing. I had been half in love with easeful death. Listen not to the voice of love. What man is made of man? We are called by his name. When man is capable of being in uncertainties, mysteries, doubts, the hand that wounds hath also the power to bless. I praise him. He hides his mercy from our feeble eyes. I am ambitious of doing the world some good. For a while my labors were not solitary. That time is gone. Ask, where is the heart that is not prompt to share? All that mighty heart is lying still, with sad yet patient soul. Through evil and pain, the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself have rest. When nothing he shines upon, then you show your little light. For a while my labors were not solitary. That time is gone. And with memory, I was there. With throats unslaked, with black lips baked. Weep, 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 weep. Sad music of humanity, nor harsh nor grating, though of ample power. No sound is dissonant which tells of life. How could I but rejoice?